Hi everybody, this is a video to show you how to take through Design Space these new SVGs to cut either a little cigarette packet, which will take Superkings cigarettes, or the same design of box but larger. I've named them flip top box because this one's quite a bit bigger, and then Superkings cigarette box, and you get two versions of each. You get one version that you can cut in a single piece, and obviously for the bigger box you're going to need the long mat for that one. um, this tiny box you can, if you've got the older machines, use 12 by 12 on a standard mat, but if you've got the newer machines which check your mat size, you're going to need the long mat for that single piece box as well. But you could make all these boxes on the standard mat. You'd just have to choose the two-piece version. I'm really pleased with this. I just got up this morning with a bee in my bonnet about making a box like this, and I really love how it's turned out. And I had no idea that people use these kinds of things so much. I don't smoke, so I don't know anything about it. But anyway, let's bring them into Design Space and we'll talk about each one. Okay, which one is this one? That's the Superking cigarette in one piece. So we'll bring that in. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, as always, it's a multi-part SVG file and it's got score lines. So the first thing we need to do is we've got to convert those lines that come in as cuts, which we actually need to be scores. And in my SVGs, they live in that first subgroup in the layers panel. So just click on the second line down, that's the name of the group, and it selects everything in it. Go to your operations menu, click on basic cut and choose score from the drop down menu, and you can see that those lines have been converted now, and while they're still selected we need to ungroup them. I'm on the desktop version for PC. Ungroup is at the top of the layers panel. Second step is to select the next subgroup which has all the cut pieces in it, just two in this case, and we need to ungroup those. And the third step is to select the whole SVG, any way you want to do it, lots of different ways to do it, and just ungroup that. So now everything on canvas is a separate piece, and we can attach the individual score lines to the pieces that they relate to. Quickest way to do that: click somewhere on canvas near a piece, drag a box to enclose it, and click attach. And for me, that's at the bottom of the layers panel. If you're on the mobile app, it'll be somewhere else. Do that for both pieces. Right. This is the main box body and the lid is attached to it. Obviously, it's the single piece SVG, and this is a little SVG that little piece, pardon me, that sits inside and peeps over the front like that. If I just go back to the pictures, yeah, that's the insert there, that solid pink insert. Right, so let's assume we're going to make them from contrasting paper like I did. This is the insert. You can cut that from just a small piece of A4 or letter. Now this main box body, I'm just going to go back to the canvas. It's 29.3 centimeters long, 293 millimeters. Now 12 by 12 card is 305 millimeters. So 293, we've got 12 millimeters to play with there. That's nearly half an inch. But Design Space, with its margins, will tell us that we can't cut that from 12 by 12. Again, I'm going to just pick A4 for that piece and go back to this mat here. So I have cut this morning on a standard mat using 12 by 12 because I've got the original maker. The newer machines check your mat size, so I would say still use 12 by 12 card. It will definitely cut from 12 by 12. In fact, you'd get two, wouldn't you? You'd get two off one sheet, which is lovely. But you are going to need the long mat, sadly, if you're using one of those newer machines. Us with the older machines, just put 12 by 12 on your standard mat and it will work perfectly. And just go back and remember, this is the Superkings box in one piece that we're looking at. If we decide to make it all out of the same sheet of paper, you can cut it all from one sheet of 12 by 12. You could even, let's have a look, you could even, 293, you could even at a big squeeze cut that from A4. If you were trying to be really frugal, you would just put your card on your mat a couple of millimeters down from the top edge and it would cut fine from A4. So that's worth knowing as well. Right, that's the Superkings single piece box. I'm calling it a single piece box because what I mean is the lid and the body of the box are cut in a single piece. I know the insert is separate, but the important thing is this piece here, right? So let's upload now. Is that the Superkings 2-piece? Yeah, so we'll bring that in. So again, it's the little cigarette packet, but this time it's in 2 pieces. So again, we're going to select that first subgroup for the scores, go to your operations menu, choose score and ungroup. Then select the next subgroup with all the cut pieces in it, just ungroup it, then select the whole SVG and ungroup it. So now we're ready to attach again. Click on canvas somewhere near, drag a box to enclose it roughly, and click attach. Right, so this is much easier to deal with. We can choose 12 by 12 and you can see how small it is. That will cut from one sheet of 12 by 12, and again, if you want your insert in contrasting card, that will just cut from a tiny piece of A4. If we just go back, you will in fact, if you were cutting it from all the same card, because sometimes you get that lovely card, don't you, that's a pattern on one side and then a different pattern on the inside, so that would work quite well here. So if that was the case, the Superkings box in 2 pieces, you can cut from one sheet of 12 by 12, so that's super economical, isn't it? Okay, so those are the cigarette packets. Now we'll look at the bigger boxes. So what we got here, I've just called it a flip top box to differentiate between them. So this is the bigger box, which I discovered I could put 4 snap bars in it, but it'll take all sorts. And of course, because it comes in 2 pieces like this, you can make it even bigger as well. But we'll do the same thing. Select that first subgroup, go to your operations menu, choose score, ungroup. Select the cut pieces, ungroup. Select the whole SVG, ungroup. And now we'll attach the scores. So remember this one now, the green ones, they're what I'm calling the flip top box. It's a much bigger than the cigarette packet. Right, oh, I didn't attach them, did I? Whoops, that's what happens when you don't attach your score lines. There we go. Okay, so again, that's the little insert, and for now we'll say it's going to be cut from contrast. And then this, pretty sure, yeah, we can choose 12 by 12 there, and you can get that whole bigger box also out of one sheet of 12 by 12. Don't think, we'll just have a look. Don't think that's quite a big piece, isn't it? But we'll just try it. Just make everything the same colour, and we'll choose 12 by 12. I think that might just sneak over there. Click on those 3 dots, choose move, click on that mat that's already got the other 2 pieces on it. Ooh, maybe not. Oh, that's a shame. No, it won't, just quite. Okay, so you're still going to need one sheet of 12 by 12 and a scrap for your insert. Okay, so that's the 2-piece flip top box, so the one that's bigger than the cigarette packet. Okay, so now we'll bring in the single piece for this one, and this is obviously quite a decent sized cut piece because it's a big box. Did I bring it in or did I just click? I just clicked on it, didn't I? Okay, so again we're going to do that thing with the scores. First subgroup, operations menu, choose score, ungroup. Select the next subgroup for all the cut pieces, ungroup. Select the whole SVG, ungroup. And now we can attach the score lines. So I don't think there's any getting away from it here. Definitely need the long mat and A3 or tabloid to cut this piece here. Yep, I can choose, let's zoom out so you can see the whole mat. I can choose A3 or I can choose tabloid, so that'll work for us wherever we are in the world. And this little piece here, of course, will cut from A4 or letter, or hopefully from something in your scrap drawer. Don't think, I'll just try, you might be able to get both pieces on an A3 if you weren't bothered about the contrast, or say if you'd printed a sheet of A3 and then you made the little insert from so that you showed white on the other side. That would be quite an economical thing to do as well. So we'll just see what happens with that. We'll make it all the same colour, make it, choose A3, it is going to move it around, but we'll just see. I don't know if it will, we'll just try. It will. So if you happen to be making that all from the same kind of card, you would get the bigger flip-top box that cuts in one piece from one sheet of A3. That's very economical, 30 pence or so. That's fantastic. But if not, oh, hang on, we'll just go back. Sorry. I'm going to choose Tabloid. I don't think Tabloid, because it's quite a lot narrower than A3, unfortunately. I don't think you'll get it from one sheet of Tabloid. Let's just see. Nope. Oh no, it just won't quite interlock there. That's a shame. No, so if you're using Tabloid in the States, you'd need an extra scrap for this insert, as we've already talked about. Right, I hope that helps. If you've got any questions when you come to cut or assemble it, don't hesitate to get in touch. No question is a silly one, and I'm always happy to help. The links to do that are in the description below. You can get in touch via Etsy or Facebook, whichever you prefer. And if you've just stumbled across this video and you'd like to buy the SVG, the link to do that is also in the description. Thanks a lot. Bye.